My name is Calvin Walker, and I'm honored to be one of the 4 members of our Georgia Leaders Program this year. And I have this hat on because my daughter said I could use it for the speech today. And I just want to know if your facility is one of the happiest places on earth. What if Disney ran your SNF? My talk was based on the book by Fred Lee called What If Disney Ran Your Hospital? So, what if Disney ran your hospital? Like I said, Fred Lee wrote the book. We read that as one of our requirements for our capstone. And the idea came to me because my RVP challenged me to stay the night in one of our facilities. We had some hurricane issues in one of our sister facilities, and he stayed the night there in another state to help. And he challenged all of the EDs in his region to spend the night in their facility. And that's what I did. And this is what I found. Mr. Lee talked about the law of memorable events. He says when customers are satisfied, there are really no stories. Either something has really bad that's happening that you remember, or something that's really good that happens that you'll remember. And I'll talk about some memorable events during my night. I'll talk about the nightmare in my room. I stayed in our showroom. I came in late in the evening, about 7:30, did some work, did some rounds. The place looked great. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing, so I didn't want to tip off anyone. The only person that I talked to was the admissions director so that she could block off that showroom for that purpose. And what I did, I settled in for the night and I turned on the light to the room. And that fluorescent light flickered for 30 minutes before it came on. Some of you are laughing, you know what I'm talking about. I had a chance to watch some television in peace. This is the World Series. I love the Dodgers. They were playing the World Series. And I was really excited to watch it away from the kids, no disruptions. You know, I got a flat screen, I got a bed in the room, I got a flickering light over my head. And it's great. So I settled down to watch the game, and this is what happened. We just got a new television service. We changed providers. And we had gotten some complaints from some of the residents that the televisions weren't working. He's got memory problems. What's his BIM score? You know, you get that stuff, right? Come to find out, I turned on the channel for the baseball game, and the sound for a football game
First
came out.
down.
Exactly. The player sold second base, and the only thing I could hear was this guy talking about first down. They had gotten the sound and the pictures mixed up on the bulk feed. So listen to your residents. They're not as crazy as you think they are. Is this magic? It really isn't. It doesn't matter if the staff reported on time or the halls were immaculate. None of that matters. The enemy of competence is not incompetence, it's carelessness. And that carelessness could have been taken care of just by going in, checking that room, checking the television service. And I'll quote the late great Mr. Ronald Reagan. He always said, trust but verify. You know, I slept in a resident's bed, and it reminded me of why some of our residents are so gung-ho on going home early. That bed was really uncomfortable. It really was. And me as an administrator, I always looked at early discharges as a hit to my length of stay. But some of these people just wanted to go home and sleep next to their loved one. And they wanted to sleep in their bed. And I need to be more sensitive to that. And we talk about satisfaction surveys, and Mr. Lee talked about satisfaction surveys, and he said customers only tell you what you come to expect. They really don't know what extraordinary looks like. And I'll give you an example. My wife and I, we recently had our anniversary, and we stayed at the Westin in Greenville, South Carolina. I was there for another engagement, and I really liked the place. I said, honey, you know, let's take the weekend, go up there and stay at the Westin. It was really nice. We checked in and told the young lady, Lauren, I still remember her name, that we were here for the weekend and we were spending our anniversary. An hour later, we got to our room, there was a knock on the door. There was a bottle of champagne and a handwritten note congratulating us on our anniversary from this young lady. I still remember her name, I still remember the hotel, and I'll never forget that experience. That's what we need to do for our residents. That's how we make our facilities the happiest place on earth, those extraordinary events. You know, he said satisfaction surveys are fool's gold. They're valuable to us. You know, we have our data, we get judged on those, but they mean nothing if the customers aren't loyal. Loyalty is generated by unexpected, memorable events like that bottle of champagne. And I'm not saying give Mr. and Mrs. such and such a bottle of champagne when they check in, but there's things that we can do to make their stay, that 20-day stay, you know, a memorable event so that you generate that loyalty so they will come back. So when they're in church and they're talking to someone about where to put mama in a nursing home, they can talk about their experience at your facility. So what if we could create extraordinary, memorable events? Our nursing home would be a whole new world. Thank you for your time and thank you for your attention. Thank you.